When a lot of people buy seeds from their garden, it is usually an impulse buy from the hardware store or the grocery store even. But it's more fun to look online or get garden catalogs and then browse through the amazing range of vegetables and flowers available. Seeds in America. Most of the people I know buy plant starts at nurseries, yet a number of people start their gardens from seed. My parents got the Gurney Seed Catalog in the mail, and like many kids, I was hooked when I planted out the one-seed packet. Gurney's today is still popular, but I have some problems with it. They do not cater to seed savers, so it is impossible to tell whether their seeds will breed true or are hybrids. We're comparing broccoli in these sites since it tends to be popular as a hybrid. The information at Gurney's tends to be scarce. Another huge seed company is Burpee Seeds, old but also passing through ownership changes. It is much better with their information. They will tell you if the seeds are a hybrid, and their site will tell you general information about broccoli. However, they do not list the Latin name or the hybrid cross. They also offer what they call heirloom plants or varieties that have been passed down as seeds for generations. I'm going to compare the varieties to Chico, or if it's not available, Waltham. The seed packs are $5 but generous. You can store broccoli seeds in the freezer for up to 4 years. The other two large seed companies, Ferry Morse and Eden Brothers, are similar, readily available, and the same price. All these seed companies have seen changes in ownership, but none are owned by Monsanto. Smaller seed companies often offer better information and better service. John Sheepers has a good reputation and expects to get many seed savers. All brassicas are notoriously hard to breed for seeds because you need a lot of plants or you lose genetic information. Most people buy broccoli seeds. Park Seed offers smaller packs of seeds for those with small gardens or who do not want to store seeds. Their information is excellent. There are also large seed houses that import seeds. Franchi Seeds is distributed through Seeds of Italy. They are amazing for seed savers and gardeners who want to try European varieties. R.H. Shuey is another very old seed house, but their selection is somewhat limited, although worth a look. Now I will talk about regions of the United States and the companies that tend to cater to these regions. I encourage you to look at websites and catalogs for your region that will offer seeds bred for more local conditions. The Mountain West. One of the best seed companies to come out of the Seed Savers movement was Seeds Bloom in Idaho. It was a boon to Westerners who had trouble with extremes of temperatures and little water, but more than that, it was, for some of us, our first introduction to seed families. Jan Bloom hated having a seed company, even raised prices on her seeds to scare away customers, and finally gave up. She was a passionate gardener and wanted to share her knowledge of seed saving but not run a company. She arranged her catalog by family because this is the way to learn not just about flowers and seeds, but a way to learn about food allergies. My sister, allergic to ragweed, cannot tolerate lettuce, which is in the same family. Those of us who grew as gardeners with her catalog still miss it. I don't like that I have to look up the Latin roots of every plant out there just to find its family. Few companies catering to the Mountain West survive. The climate is brutal and the customer base is sparse. One of the best out there is still from Idaho, Survival Seeds. Their prices are reasonable and their information is good. Others are High Altitude Gardening and Seeds Trust, both of whom talk about the short and hot summers and the fact that most of this area is never frost-free. The Northwest. Alan Capular, a plant breeder and garden enthusiast, began Peace Seeds back in 1976, but got out of the seed business to work on breeding. Adaptive Seeds has taken over much of the Northwest business. One cannot talk about the Northwest without mentioning Steve Solomon. If you are gardening in the Northwest, his book is a must-read. Solomon began Territorial Seeds in Oregon and sold the company. Politics also comes into this business, for one of the best companies, Abundant Life Seeds, sold their customer base to Territorial when the seed house burned down. Strictly open-pollinated, Abundant assured their customers that Territorial would send them an open-pollinated catalog, which they didn't do. Territorial sent their own list full of hybrids. I shop instead with Nichols Garden Seeds, an old and respected company in Oregon whose list used to be more herbs, but has a good supply of vegetable seeds at reasonable prices. Frank Morton, one of the founders of Open Source Seeds Initiative Project, started Wild Garden Seeds that has an old-fashioned website. One of my favorite companies in Oregon is Strictly Medicinal, which is branched out into vegetables, but remains the website for unusual herbs like rampion and nettles. There are also plenty of smaller companies like Uprising Seeds, which sell seeds from their own farm in Washington. California. The lion's share of Western seed companies belongs to California, who has seen some of the great companies come and go like Bountiful Gardens. Some of the pioneers of the open-pollinated movement began here, like Craig Dreeman of the Redwood City Seed Company, whose specialty was peppers. Another important author, Renee Shepard, still has her own line of seeds. She popularized edible landscaping and kitchen gardening. One of the best and oldest seed companies is Kitazawa Seeds, who specialize in all kinds of Asian vegetables. If you are in Southern California, check out San Diego Seed Company, who cater to the long, hot summers of the Southwest. There are also plenty of small farm seed companies all over the West Coast. The Southwest. Like the Mountain West, the Southwest is also a harsh climate with fewer gardeners. There are some excellent seed companies like Native Seed Search, who encourage seed saving of local plants, many from the Hopi or Navajo. Texas has 5 different climates, but Victory Seed Company tried to cater to the harsh conditions of hot and dry as well as hot and wet. Their seed packs are reasonable and their information is good. Another older seed company is Seeds of Change, that is now much more limited supply through retailers. The South. The greatest seed company and information base is the Southern Exposure Seed Change. If you are looking for disease-resistant crops, you should shop here. They also have unusual plants like all kinds of okra, cotton, and sesame. I cannot recommend them high enough. Of the new generation of seedsmen, Jerry Gettle is the best known. He began Baker Creek when he was just a teen. He now lives in the Missouri Ozark and caters to a wide range of seed savers. I have found his seeds to be hit and miss, sometimes fabulous and others with problems. He is fascinated with rescuing seeds from around the world and thus often doesn't keep his stock stable. But for new and fun, his company is fabulous. There are many new companies starting in this area, of which seed therapy is one of the best. The Northeast. The seed-saving movement also took off in the 70s on the East Coast, mostly in New England. Shep Ogden was in the forefront with an amazing selection of lettuces and short-season crops from his Cook's Garden Company. Also famous was Rob Johnston, the founder of Johnny's Selected Seeds. If you want growing information, their catalog is encyclopedic, as they cater to the small market farmer. They also pay particular attention to seed viability. Their packs are generous, but seed sprouting rates are so high that they are easily frozen and saved for years to come. They also have an amazing selection of flowers for cutting. Vermont Bean Company has a very mixed reputation, but is great if you are looking for unusual dried beans. Another one of my favorite companies is Pine Tree Garden Seeds, now in their second generation of owners. Their seed packets are small but priced lower as they cater to the small grower. Their information is good and the variety is reliable across the northern U.S. and Canada. The Northern Plains. If you are into seed saving or are looking for unusual seeds or lost seeds, the Seed Savers Exchange is invaluable. They do have a catalog, but their value is in connecting with other growers online and engaging in swapping seeds and information. The prices are a bit high, but with great information. Fedco Seeds was also started in the 70s, offers smaller seed packs at lower prices, but is a great resource for northern growers of garlic, potatoes, and trees. There are other companies catering to the area trying to help homeowners replace natives. Another next-generation seedsman, Noah Heron, started selling seeds packaged in old magazine pages. Urban Farmer seeds are reasonable and the information on the site is good. So why grow your own? National Geographic did a nice article on seed varieties, and Tom Damiano did this amazing graphic illustrating how politics and the economics of the larger houses have almost destroyed the vast range of local varieties. If you grow and select your own seeds, you will pick out the plants that are best suited for your own microclimate, and thus new varieties are bred. Seeds have always been used as currency. They are lighter weight than gold. They bring both the far right and the far left into a passionate exchange of goods and information about self-sufficiency, health, and just plain curiosity. Seeds breach the generation gaps as well. Children are fascinated with growing seeds. Almost all seedsmen and gardeners remember growing with parents or grandparents. I'm just amazed every year by the miracle of a tiny seed becoming a plant. Although it's work to start from seeds, it's about 10 times cheaper. If you have to start seeds inside, you will need lights, but seed starting is okay under fluorescence. If you live in the north, starting in a window often won't be adequate, so go ahead and get some lights. I've grown in little pots made from newspaper, but growing in permanent pots is a blessing. Whatever you do, enjoy your garden. Go ahead and start from seed, and you will be amazed at how easy it is. Herbs are good from nurseries if you only want one, and they are perennial like sage or rosemary. but plants started from nurseries tend to be about twice as much as a seed pack for each plant. Also beware of cheap plants. They may be stressed or diseased. Once the season warms, you can grow right in the ground. Most plants will seed themselves given a chance. But the fun of starting your own seeds is in the variety, as well as the miracle of watching your yard come to life. Another huge benefit is the range of flowers and the delicious range of vegetables from your table.